Hey guys, my name is Ben Weinberg, and today I'm going to be talking about data analytics and poker. So first off, I want to give you a quick overview of the topics that I'm going to be touching on throughout this presentation. First, I'm going to be talking about artificial intelligence and how it's shaping the way poker is being played today. And then I'll discuss the problem, decision variables, objective, and constraints within poker. And then finally, I'll close with my findings and additional thoughts. So as of recent years, big data is being exploited to train and refine poker skills, as well as use it for personal gain. The Pluribus program was recently developed 2 years ago by scientists at Carnegie Mellon University and Facebook. The bot used Monte Carlo counterfactual regret, which basically just means that it played billions of hands against itself and developed its own strategies. Within weeks, the bot had the capability to evaluate the success of previous moves and apply it to future hands. This bot became the first AI to take down humans in multiplayer, no-limit Texas Hold'em. Since this happened last year, a large percentage of the poker community has turned to Pluribus to study hands and simulate or situational poker that to improve their own game. So the problem I'll be discussing today is what is the correct course of action in any given hand, meaning when should you raise, call, or fold. So before diving a little bit deeper into the problem, I wanted to address another way that analytics is used in poker. The Sklansky starting hand groups was created by renowned poker players David Sklansky and Mason Malmuth, and it is a statistical analysis of hole cards in Texas Hold'em. It assigns a value to any pair of cards you're dealt and is tied with specific percentages that give you your odds of winning with your given hand. So again, the problem that we are addressing is determining the right course of action for any hand. Our decision variables would thus be the chip amount to bet or electing to fold each turn. Further, the objective is to maximize the probability of winning any given hand. So poker is a game of a combination of both luck and skill. However, several studies have proven that there is much more involved than meets the common eye. So for example, Global Poker Strategic Thinking Society studies showed that participants who were given instructions and basic strategic advice outperformed those who were more inexperienced players, and they did this by a significant margin. So further, another study by Levitt and Miles showed that out of 32,000 players playing in 57 different World Series of Poker tournaments, previously recognized highly skilled players finished with 30% profit margins versus a deficit of 15% for those who were deemed less skilled before the tournament. So let's take a look at some of the constraints. Constraints cannot be easily determined in poker, but there are several things that limit you from taking the pot every hand. So for example, you cannot predict when your opponents will bluff against you. Certain players, however, have certain bluffing tendencies more than others, which make it more predictable. Another uncontrollable factor is not connecting on any cards on the flop. The flop is the first three cards that are flipped over, and if you do not have any possible outs on the flop, then this forces you to bluff in order to continue playing. Finally, each poker game or tournament requires a certain buy-in with a limited number of chips. These limited number of chips prohibit you from adding more money into your chip stack to bet. So I think that one of the main takeaways that I took from this is that quantitative analysis cannot be easily applied to poker. There are many random variables and unpredictable cases that occur that make it difficult to create models. That being said, it is definitely possible, as we observed with the AI bot that was trained by playing itself billions of times. Additionally, there are other qualities like looseness and aggression that can be applied to models. So looseness refers to the percentage of hands a player plays, and aggression refers to the ratio of bets and raises to checks and calls. This requires previous knowledge and data of the actions that your opponents take, but it's still very interesting to see how models can be made and applied to poker. So although there will never be a perfect model in poker or in real life, models can help put you in the best situation possible to win hands in the long term. Here are the articles I used, and thank you for watching.